interested in that, or they can say not and say nothing. And
Exactly.
possibly there's a few more, I think, possibly getting rid of the old stereotype
Definitely.
of the psychics.
Getting rid of that stereotypical sort of crystal ball and long glasses and the shawl and the whatever else there is there.
Because as people, we're ordinary people. We've got children, we've got family.
Exactly.
And it's what we do in helping people, gaining inspiration around people.
It's about that, it's about inspiration and getting people to realise that it's how to help themselves, I guess, you know what I mean?
Yeah, sure.
Through the power of the spirit. I think that's really, really important. And one thing for me, I think that is really, really important here is that whenever you do readings, whether they be in Great Britain or whether they be here in California, that one important word, validation. You've got to be able to provide that validation for people to actually think, you are really linking to the spirit world. You are really in communication with the world of the spirit across the board.
Because without the validation, who's going to really sit up and take notice?
Anybody can do it then, can't they?
Yeah, absolutely.
A jewellery person, okay? You wouldn't see her dripped in silver or gold or anything at all, okay?
No.
Now she's on about suffering for a while with a bad side before she actually passed to the spirit world. But she did have eating issues, didn't she?
Yes, she did.
She had lots of eating, sort of digestive type problems, all right? Yes. Now as she sort of comes through to from the spirit world to me here, she just wants us to convey to you that everything is on course now. Do you understand what I mean? Because the last 2 years your life has stopped.
Okay.
Do you understand what I mean?
That's absolutely right.
And because your life has stopped, you have found it quite bizarre, okay, to be able to pick your things up and move on again. Do you know what I mean? Now, although you wanted to do that, she just wants to say she's been with you every step of the way. And now since the baby's gone to the spirit world, there was a baby that went back to the spirit world, okay? She just wants to convey to you now that that baby is actually with her, okay?
That's wonderful.
And know the dog that was put to sleep, okay? The dog is also with her, okay?
Oh, God.
But she does want you to understand that the relationship that you actually had to move away from, okay? It was the best course, it was best for everybody.
That is incredible.
But was that okay for you?
That is perfect.
Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you so much. That was absolutely spot on.
I was thinking it's not about you, it's getting yourself out of the way to make that connection from spirit to that human being, and then possibly almost letting them feel that they're not alone. They're not going through their troubles on their own, they're not going through new exciting ventures on their own, that we're there to say we see you because we see as clairvoyants what's going on around you, but also we can link with the spirit world to tell you messages from the spirit worlds and your loved ones as well. So I think that's quite amazing, really.
Exactly, it's all about that sort of proving life after death, providing that evidence, providing that validation that when you lose a loved one, they actually do come close to you, they do offer you that upliftment, they do still care about you, and that link of love never dies. They still love you, even though you can't see them, they're not in the next world, they're still there and they do care. I think that's really, really important.
I agree, and also I feel as though we have different, you as a person deliver your information the way you do. Me as a person, I deliver my information in a different way. We're both very different, but yet we come to the same conclusions.
Exactly, and I do think it's important to remember that we're all part of one stupendous whole, whose body nature is and God the soul. Because if we don't actually recognise the concept of what is divine, then it's a totally waste of time.
It reminds me of that everyone being connected.
Definitely.
So we have this connection with the divine, with each other, much more than we realise. And I think what causes a lot of pain and suffering is feeling separate from that connectivity and collectivity. So doing our work as well still makes you reach out and realise, oh, maybe there is that big connection to all that is.
Fabulous, definitely.
I think for all the skeptics out there, everyone's entitled to their opinion and their belief, but they should try it.
I think psychics are very beneficial. I think they do a great deal of good because it's a world of, we have many problems and we can't always find an answer in a book or through a friend or whatever, and I think you need to go to someone who has this gift, because there's no way, if you see what Lorraine said to me, there's no way she didn't know anything about me, and she comes up with my mother and my family and the dog and work. These are very gifted people, and I think they're very important in people's lives, and I think someone with a problem that can't find a solution from immediate sources such as family or whatever ought to consult a psychic or a medium or whatever. I think it's very reassuring, and a lot of my friends do, and it changes their lives.
Now there's a little child in the spirit world as well, isn't there?
In the spirit world?
right, if I put it like this then, Angel, there's a baby in the spirit world that didn't breathe. You understand that? Well, there's 2 babies that went back to the spirit world and didn't breathe. And I'm just mindful as I'm linking to you here, these children are around him in the spirit world. And every time I see children in that capacity, they are always shown to me to offer, and I hate this word, I think it sounds so cheap, but offer upliftment from a holistic point of view. Because although you present very happily to the world, that actually isn't right. Okay, because I asked you if you were okay, and you said yes, and that's not correct, because you're not. Because you're barely keeping it together, okay? And this gentleman wants you to understand that though he's not here, of course he's never coming back, but he's actually always with you.
What would I say to people that don't believe in psychics? I would say that I sat here not saying anything about my life and who I was, and he actually, before he started the reading, he said, "Do not tell me anything about yourself." And I would say that it's pretty remarkable that somebody can sit there and get a spiritual feeling about you and give you a reading about. I've met, I just met him for the first 2 seconds. I would say that it's really wonderful that this is out there. I think psychics are beneficiary. Anything that can help you go forward and help you feel that life can be better than it has been for you, and make you feel more relaxed and give you hope and help give you courage and keep you, in a healthy place. If a reading can do that, then that's very beneficial.
People's individual destinies are, I believe, carved out for them. It's fated to do a certain thing. I always believed that it was my destiny to work as a spiritual medium, as a psychic, and I'm grateful for the divine, the universal consciousness, God, or whatever that is, whatever you believe it to be, to have graced me with the ability to see him, feel the spirit world, and for me to work with people in that capacity, in that vein that I do. So yes, I do believe that it was my destiny to work as a psychic.
I think I was always destined to use my gift, and I didn't know whether it was to help people. I always wanted to be a nurse, or I loved animals, I loved, kids. I'd always kind of say that if somebody was lost and that, I'd always help them out.
The whole thing has been very, very, very exquisite, and I've loved every single minute of it.
Me too, and it was nice getting together with like-minded people, with a collectiveness to produce something, hopefully, that people are interested in, and might even be thought-provoking.
Enjoying that energy.
And what do we always say? Look at the light, be the light, and that kind of focus on the positivity, and that's always a good thing.
And I always say, love the light and live creatively, and I think that's exactly what sums it all up. Loving the light and living creatively.
Words from the light which we deliver.
Well, exactly. Words from the light, that's definitely what it's about.
In making this documentary, my view on what a psychic medium was has changed massively. The people who took part and had readings to this day state that their lives have changed dramatically. A story I wanted to show was about love, peace, and hope, and those I feel are the key elements in a story. This story had those elements, and the story was factual. If what you have seen today has made your views change on what a psychic medium is and how we imagine them to be, then I have done justice in what I have shown. In every light, it tells of a story, and I'm hoping that I have brought to you something that I brought to the people of America: words from the light.